I'm Beth, and the purpose of this slideshow is to inform individuals about sexually transmitted diseases and how they can be prevented. As everyone knows, sexually transmitted diseases, better known as STDs, are a problem in the world today. What many people don't know is that one large cause of the problem is due to prostitution. Individuals who partake in sexual activity with multiple partners may be unprotected, which can then cause a widespread of diseases and STDs. One reason as to why the disease spreads is because of drug use. According to Robert Rolfs, MD, Martin Goldberg, and Robert Shar, MD, many women became addicted to drugs, and in order to feed this addiction, they would trade sex for the drugs. Rolfs, Goldberg, and Shar conducted research in Philadelphia clinics, and the results they found were that the use of drugs, such as cocaine, and the trading of sex for these drugs was a major cause in the outbreak of syphilis. They concluded that the use of cocaine could be a large factor in the increase of syphilis in the United States as well. According to Vincent Gill, Marco Wang, Alan Anderson, Gu Matthew Lin, and Zonglian Oliver Wu, for many years, women who solicit their bodies for sex have been the main pathway for the spread of STDs. Apparently, over the decade from 1996 to 2006, there had been a large increase in the spread of STDs in China. This large increase caused the Chinese to re-evaluate the fact that prostitutes were the main cause of the upsurge of STDs. There was a report taken in the People's Republic of China on the prostitutes located there. This report questioned 8 different prisons, 2 female re-education institutions, and arrest records of prostitutes from 4 countries. While working on this report, they observed that most prostitutes who entered prisons were infected with gonorrhea. Not only were there cases of gonorrhea, but there were many cases of several other sexually transmitted diseases. All of these observations confirm that prostitutes were impacting the spread of STDs profusely. There are many ways to prevent the spread of STDs. With the rapidity of the increase in STDs, clinicians have a hard time keeping up with them and are unable to find cures. According to an article from the Journal of the American Medical Association, in 1986, the only STD that had a vaccine was hepatitis B. Even after hundreds of years of this occurring, we had only found one safe vaccine. This alone should be a wake-up call for people to realize that they need to use protection. Obvious ways to avoid STDs are having sexual relations with a low amount of partners and avoiding partaking in certain sexual activities. A huge way to reduce the spread of STDs is to use condoms, diaphragms, and spermicides. Prostitutes might not realize it, but there is a way for them to reduce the spread of STDs besides just using the obvious choice of a contraceptive. According to John Lewis and Leanne Rowitz, one way to decrease the spread of STDs would be to hire your price as a prostitute. The only problem with that is the prostitute will lose some profit. As I've stated in previous writings, men in the military would use prostitutes as a form of comfort. I think everyone knows that we would like to keep our military men healthy and strong, and in order to do this, they would all be sent into a prophylactic room. Here they would be tested for venereal diseases and treated if necessary. In conclusion, STDs are a growing problem in the world today. There are many ways that can be prevented, such as contraceptives, minimizing the amount of sexual partners, minimizing the extent of sexual activity, and for prostitutes, simply hiring their price for their customers. There's a lot of information about how to keep clean and safe. If you want to look for further information, I suggest visiting the Journal of the American Medical Association's website. Sexually transmitted diseases are not something that should be passed around. Stay safe and stay informed. Thank you for listening.